Well, good morning, beautiful. I hope that you are well rested and ready to begin your week. It's a daily insight on life and love for May 10th, 2021, also being timeless. So wherever you're pulled to it in time, it might be relevant to you. There might be a change coming to the channel, making these a little bit more, well, not sporadic, but a little bit less dated and more fate thrown upon you. So we're going to see how that goes. It's just an idea I'm tossing around right now. We're going to see what actually happens. So this, as it stands, is a current, May 10th, 2021, but also timeless. So it's general, collective. Don't force it to fit if it doesn't fit your life. You can always let these fall away. You can always ask questions about booking a session. I have a new coronavirus sale that is kicking off, so definitely reach out, ask questions about that and what it entails. All right, we're going to kick this off with Wisdom of the Oracle from Colette Baron Reed. Look at what we got here. Look at this. Okay, breathe. So you're working on a new foundation right now. The entire readings have been coming about, and in the mini reads are talking about chapters closing and going into a new one. This is very much similar to what's going on, but there's a lot more of encouragement that's going in this, because I'm feeling the fear in the reading. I'm feeling the hesitance in your steps. I'm seeing that this is something that you've tried to get this to work, I think, numerous times. Whatever this path is in your life, if this is keep going for these success opportunities, these new innovative thoughts, or these new jobs, you keep grabbing at every straw that you can to make something happen in your life. And it looks like this is something that no matter how much effort you put into it, it always seems to be out of reach. Now, it's either that, but I'm also getting an indicator that this could be something where trying to make a life situation work for you, trying to maintain some sense of community that's going on here. Spirit is pushing you away from certain people in your life, and I know that this is something that seems like, okay, why is this happening? Am I crazy? Am I imagining this? And as it stands, I don't see that you are crazy, but I also see that you're so afraid of your next move that you can't properly judge it. You really have a hard time believing in your steps, because you're basing it off of what you perceive as past failures. Also, when something keeps slamming in your face and when something keeps just not working out for you, you got to understand that that's Spirit's protection. That is a no. That is a solid no from the universe. It doesn't mean that you keep knocking it out. If you try and win this over, you're going to find out exactly why you should not have tried this situation. But I also see that since you are being pushed in a new direction, that you need, to talk to somebody who you really love and trust and who's unbiased in this, who's going to give you the raw truth, which I think is something that you genuinely need. You don't want something that's going to deter you from your path. You also don't want somebody who you feel is just fluffing you up. Find an unbiased person to talk to you about the situation at hand. I do see that this is going to be something that really opens up a lot of opportunities for you. But the thing that goes along with this is you really, 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 really need to learn to adapt to uncomfortable situations in your life. Whether it's a new situation or whether it's going along with what seems to be a struggle. It's not going to be a struggle. You are ascending. You are going into another chapter as soon as this bad boy closes off. Once you let it close off. Whenever you're in something that's unknown, it's uncomfortable. If it was comfortable, you wouldn't need to just be there. It wouldn't be something worthwhile going for. Well, okay, let me correct that, because I know that some people are going to stay in comfortable yet bad situations just based off that. Don't do that. Okay. If you're going into a new venture in life and it's something that you don't need to train for, or you don't need to adapt to the situation, it means that, well, I feel like it means that either you're not trying hard enough in this. Well, no, that sounds horrible. No, it's not that. Maybe you're not dreaming big enough for it, or maybe you're not challenging yourself enough. There, I like that wording better, because I don't want you to feel like you're not enough. Good God, I think that you've heard or been made to feel that way long enough. We don't need to entertain that thought. But you got to get uncomfortable, and you have to allow yourself to adapt. Look, we have this desert card here. You think that the desert's barren? No, it has an entire ecosystem that has learned to adapt to the situation. That's what you got to embody. The adaptability, be teachable, be willing to learn, be willing to throw in that extra work for the moment, for the bigger payoff in what your dreams are in this situation. So I actually want to get clarification on what this opportunity is that's coming towards you. So I'm going to shuffle these bad boys back in. Yeah, you've been getting signs and synchronicities, so breathe. That's very apparent here. Look, something has been pulling at your gut here. So clarification on the exchanging gift spirit. And remember, do not be afraid of the card that comes out. Don't be afraid of the way that it lays. It's all about the entire storyline. And your storyline will always be more detailed, in depth, and intense. So, all right, we got the message in a bottle out again, but this time it's in reverse. So Spirit's saying, you know what? I have been telling you time and time again. I've been throwing you pictures. I've been drawing it with crayon. Why aren't you listening to me? I have billboards with this. And you're just like, is this the sign? I mean, and if it's more important, I'll get another one on top of it. And Spirit's like, I've been giving you millions of signs for this. 1,000,001, I'm going to backhand you. I swear to God. And God's like, yeah, swear to me. I entertain myself way too easy. Look at that. Yin, divine feminine energy. God, some of you, ooh, we're gonna have words, baby. You better not backtrack. So help me God, I will be flipping out on you. Look, you have divine feminine energy that is coming in. Whatever identifies as the divine feminine in your life, either that or what is the more compassionate component in your life, this is something that you are putting the pause on. This is an opportunity for you, and you're dragging your feet. This is getting overwhelming, so it feels like part of you is shutting down to the experience. Knock it off. Come on. I can't even say anything to you because I sure as heck have been there. I know what it's like to be like, I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I can do this. You are ready. You're never going to be perfect in timing on everything. You can do this and so much more. You're creating this new life. Oh my God. Oh, I wish you'd have more faith in yourself. That is beautiful. Okay, you. Too many. Aw, some of you are going towards really abundant and amazing teaching situations. Now that's very figurative on the teaching front, unless you actually just filled out your teacher's pay work and all that, then good on you. I see some sort of spiritual union that is coming into place because the work that you did on yourself. And not the only reason why I say that is there's no relationship in the world that doesn't reflect how you treat yourself. To have a divine union come into play like this means that you have had divine union and unity inside of yourself to a very strong degree. But there's, hello, imposter syndrome. What are you doing? Knock it off. You're not an imposter. You're impasta, but not imposter. All right. So the never-ending story in reverse, I'm actually going to read that part out of the book to you because I feel like it's absolutely necessary. And as I'm reading this to you, well, as I'm going for whatever this is over here, one of my homegirls from another Mista pops up on screen. Hey, Sam. Love you, girl. Okay. Not so amazing. Oh yeah, so I should probably show you what I'm looking at, right? So, never-ending story in reverse. 37, yeah, 37. This is a time when this is a time to avoid drama at all costs, especially when it comes to other people's stuff. Your sensitivity is on overload these days, and you are best served by keeping your distance. Your mantra today is not my circus, not my monkeys. Oh my God, I love that. I forgot that. Yep, and I say that all the time too. Okay, all this drama will pass and you will carry on unscathed and blameless. I'm looking at you. Okay. The fight is over. The war of the situation is over. There's nobody who can manipulate you into staying in this path in your life. Whether this is a life situation, whether this is a relationship, you're ready to move on. You got to close this off. Don't fight. I mean, obviously, your legal rights are your legal rights. I'm not giving legal advice because I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer, not a doctor, not a therapist. I'm a life coach who does a lot of spiritual work. What's up? Hi, my name's Erin. Okay. The fight is not left best to another day. There's just no investing in the fight at all because it's done from what seems to be both sides, because I feel like this is so much more than one position. This is for a lot of people watching this, an entire life mentality shift. For some of you, this is going to be a relationship. So look, what has Spirit been screaming in front of your face? You're moving towards some sort of union. You're walking away from some sort of toxic and completely drawn out situation. However, we have the fork in the road in the reverse. This is talking about you not being ready. Oh no, I'm getting tired of your shenanigans. I'm just gonna say it. No, I'm just kidding. I know exactly how it goes. I do. It's scary, it's stressful. You think that you're making some sort of wrong move in your life. You think that if you play your cards just right. No, your life is not a gamble. Why are you doing this? I wish I could say otherwise, but I've had to learn that the hard way. Dark night of the soul is no joke. So why am I seeing that fork in the road and breathe in reverse? Because you can't take the stress anymore. Because you want to make this as, well, you want to mourn this while you're still, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. What are you doing? You can't be in this and still heal from this. You can't be at a horrible life-sucking job. Now, some of you have great jobs, but I'm talking to the people who have these horrible life-sucking jobs. You can't be in that and heal from it. You're going to have the same cycle that's going on. I get that there's a level of dependency either on the job, living situation, or relationship, but you can't be at the epicenter of it and still expect to be detached from it. Give in. And also the retirement. I want clarification on that. You need to get your energy back up. Your energy is feeling pretty low right now. You need to be able to stomach things that bring you up. You can't stomach this phase of your life. It is dimming your light. I do feel these amazing peaks of euphoric breakthrough in this. But it's like you poke your head out of water, catch a deep breath, and then you are sucked back down underneath the water right immediately. How is that sustainable? You need to get out of the water. You don't need to learn how to ride the wave on this. I think that's what you've been doing. And you've been fully immersed in your situation for God knows how long. And now it's like your body is tired, pruned, wrinkly, needs to dry off. It needs to get out of the water. It's shark infested, for God's sakes. Okay, now that I have finished berating you, okay, what is the advice? I am being pulled to the Rider-Waite, but I'm not. All right, like, I suppose I could read this in regard to this. I'm on the fence about it. I want this, but I want more cards with it. So I'm taking the mini reads and adding to it. Don't forget to check the timestamp. You're ready to move on from the past. You're not ready to step into the future. And you need guidance. You need advice. There's a massive sense of failure that's going along with this. You're afraid that it's not going to be worth it, that your life isn't worth it, that your happiness isn't worth it, and that maybe you can start again here. I'm seeing that there's an ending coming in your life right now. I really sincerely feel like whatever this is coming to an end. And now it's you having to really work and slow things down. You have a lot that you have to work on in yourself, that you have to build for yourself in this situation. It's a very independent streak that's coming in. And I'm seeing either business or home-based empires fall apart. The thing is, there's going to be something that rises from the ashes in this. So let what needs to fall away in this fall away. Why am I seeing this? Whatever is, don't take this the way that it's going to sound, because it means something very different. You are replaceable in this situation. Your value is not established. You are an amazing person. You are incredible. You have this empire that you want to grow. You have this life that you want to lead. What you are dependent on in this situation, or what's dependent on you, does not value you in the way that you need or that you deserve. And you will be replaceable in this. That's good news for you, because you know that you can pull out of this situation and it will adapt itself, which that goes with the whole desert card that we had earlier. That's where this is mirroring. Everything is adaptable and healing, but you have to give it the space to do so. All right, so what is something that you should avoid in this? All right. Okay, come on. I'm going to read one of the postcards in a minute, because I'm looking over at it and it's talking about your life journey, and don't you know? Don't just give up and give in to everything. Do not give up. Do not, don't let the fear of the outcome make you stick in that situation, whether it's that job. Again, you being replaceable, it feels like you start to undervalue yourself. You have nothing to prove to this business or to this living situation. You can't make somebody who's so blind see something so beautiful. Now, I get it. You're a completely flawed human being. Not lost on me. You still deserve all these amazing opportunities that are coming your way. Don't let the amount of work that you're going to be investing, don't let that deter you from this. Don't let the feelings of failure stop you from trying, stop you from moving on, stop you from, well, moving on and really working on your rites of passage in life. Everything that you are doing and walking away from in this situation that is closing off is a rite of passage. You are going through a major change and phase in your life, and there's a lot of spiritual downloads that are coming in. There's a lot of sense of immortality. I do feel like you are getting in touch with this manifesting idea, and also that this life, this physical life, is temporary. Your consciousness lives on, and you're here to really learn some sort of massive lesson in skills. I know how that sounds. I know that it sounds weird in connection to what I was just saying, but that's what I'm getting. This is a long-standing journey. This life is part of this soul-long journey. So this is what I'm currently looking at. And if you follow the advice, the likely result of this situation is, let's see. Come on. How's the day so far? You doing good? You ready? This is going to be big jobs. I have all the confidence in the world. As somebody who's been through a lot of these cards in my personal life, I can tell you very safely and securely, the changes, while they're uncomfortable, and they are absolutely necessary, and it leads to so many better opportunities and situations in your life. Look, you're going to realize that there's nothing holding you back. And all your fears have shallow roots, which means that you can rip them up. You get away with so much. It's not just you don't get away with your life. You don't get away by the skin of your teeth. You get away with absolute victory. You are leaving the circus that was part of that phase of your life. Okay. I see divine feminine energy inside of you that is going towards independence. I think that this is a lot of fast movement. I think that this is a very strong energy that is coming through on you, but I also feel like it's very protective. And we have guarding your feelings against that overwhelmed sense of failure that you could be experiencing, because some of you have spent decades in a situation or in a career only to feel like it wasn't worth it. What's this? I see the Page of Coins emphasized by the Ace of Coins. Both are in reverse. So hold off on investing in, no. It's a lot of earth energy. So let's see. Don't let the feelings of failure make you feel ungrounded or stop you from beginning again in a new phase. I do see a rebirth happening for you. This is going to be something that is a slow burn, and that's actually something that you really want. It's not going to fizzle out. I think that that's the most important thing for you to hear in this part of the reading. Don't let it stop you from making changes, from starting again in a new phase in your life and going through this rebirth, because the dark night of the soul is coming towards its end. And let this be something that takes time and roots. And let's see. Take slow and steady action towards it. And talk about your fears. You need to address your fears in this one, because this is something that actually seems to be overwhelming for you. And this has been the cause of your feelings of failure in the past that has kept you in these drastic situations. You don't need to stay in these situations ever again. You are going through a major loss or breakup phase in your life. It is essential for where you are going. So look, it's time to show your vulnerability. You are protected, you are loved, and trust your intuition on these changes that you are making for yourself. This chapter that you are waltzing into, it's going to take time. It's going to take stamina and consistency. And it's going to be something I really want you to take your time with and really feel out this foundation and what you're putting, well, down for roots. All right, dearest. You know this doesn't end at midnight. So this has been the collective reading for May 10th, 2021, also being timeless. So again, If you're catching this at any point in time, it might be relevant to something going on in your life. And if it isn't, either let it fall away or ask questions about booking a session. And if it did, ask questions about booking a session, and hopefully I hear from you soon. Until then, stay safe, have fun, and just know how greatly you are loved and appreciated. Bye for now. Okay, well, the situation is coming to a close in your life. Yeah, you gotta let go of the way that you control about how it's closing off or how you're gonna go about doing this. Look, you're drawing in a new future, but this can't even take place until this is gone. If you are trying to control your situation overly, like micromanage every little thing, you're overanalyzing it, you're gonna keep drawing in the same thing. Pay attention to where your focus is going in this entire thing. Is this going in fear? Are you paranoid, or are you hopeful for the future? If this is something that you are seeing as paranoid or fearful, I want you to start to be the bouncer of your mind and start to let this go towards more of a fun side. Let yourself feel like a kid again. Get playful with this. Get, okay, we could say joyful, but let yourself go wild. This has to come to a close before this can come to fruition, but the more you go towards this, the less that this has an effect. So I hope that that made sense. You sacrificing yourself for a cause or a situation in your life right now is not nearly as appreciated as you think that it is. They don't see the value in you as you hold yourself to. Now, it's not saying water it down. It's not saying that you're arrogant. It's saying that you're in the wrong place, and you fighting to stay in this wrong place to bring people up is not going to serve anybody. So this is saying, well, Spirit's saying, hey, let this scales of justice in this situation bounce the way that it needs to without you controlling it. Let yourself be knocked out of this. Take yourself away from the equation. These people need to rise up on their own. You're manifesting something, but you can't drag this situation to be brought up like you. You can't manifest what you think that you want, or what you know that you want, or what you're idealizing for the future with something that is of lower vibration. There are things that you need to let go of in your life. So I hope that that made sense. There's way too much dependence on a situation that's not good for anyone who is involved in it. Yet everybody is so scared to move on from this. It doesn't take away from the deep meaning of whatever occurred in this. It doesn't take away from the care. It doesn't take away from anything positive that could have been gained out of this situation. What it does take away is the need to identify yourself to something that an old storyline even, and something that you've outgrown. Now, this doesn't mean that this has to be ghosted. This means let yourself out. Look. You're afraid of getting in trouble. You're afraid of persecution. This is something that you're terrified to face. You're stronger than you know. You have all the support to get you out of these uncomfortable territories and moments. So take the steps that you need to create this life that you want. And being adult children, this is really a way to reframe your mind, to let yourself learn to be playful again. Get your zest for life back. So you're ready to move on, but you're afraid to move on. I see it completely. The thing is, you're dragging your feet. There's such a feeling of failure that is being experienced by anyone who's involved in this situation. I feel like there's a lot of trauma in this. I feel like the more you drag your feet in this, the longer it's going to drag out your healing process. You can't be near the epicenter of whatever is hurting you and expect yourself to move on. Yet I feel like this is something that you've held on to for so long that you identify with the pain of it. You identify with the trauma of it. It is part of you. It has become you. This is going to take a lot of help or support in moving away from, but you have to let this go to move on. It's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of healing.